Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna do thin and crispy Japanese style pizza. And we're gonna do it within an hour using KitchenAid's latest countertop oven. So this thin and crispy pizza is really easy to put together, and it's quite fast to do because you don't have to prove it overnight and all these things, right? And it's good for those of you who are on a low-carb diet. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is to prepare the dough. The dough is very simple. First thing, add the yeast to the water. Just give it a stir, just make sure that they have a chance to hydrate. This is plain flour, 400 grams of plain flour goes into the mixing bowl. We add 1 teaspoon of salt. Let's mix the dough. Just turn it on at low speed for the salt and the flour to mix first. And then now you can slowly drizzle in the water. Followed by the oil. Alright, so you just leave it to knead for about 10 minutes. By the end of the kneading time, you will see that the dough is nice and smooth already. Okay, 10 minutes up, my dough is ready. Oh, I just love to play with dough. How nice and smooth it is after the 10-minute knead. You see how stretchy it is? All the gluten's formed already. You can't use it for pizza at the moment because the gluten is still very, very tough. You need to let the gluten relax for 45 minutes and let the yeast produce a bit of gas so that the dough will be a little bit more tender. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is to divide it into 3 equal portions. 1, 2, Right, so we've got three balls. You just ball it. We're just balling the dough. Okay, so now we've got 3 balls. We just leave it to rise. Make sure you cover it with a damp tea cloth. Today we're going to be cooking our pizza in KitchenAid's latest countertop oven. Now this oven is a very nice size. The footprint is actually quite small, but they've maximized the size inside because they've moved all the controls from the side to the bottom. That's very smart because like Singapore, you can go up high, but you can't go wide. So the interior of the oven, you can actually do a 12-inch pizza, but you can put in a 13-inch tray as well. You can even roast the chicken inside. But for today, we're going to be cooking thin and crispy pizza. And for pizza, as you all know, the problem is how to get the heat from the bottom. So this oven is good because it's got heating element at the bottom, right? And if you take out the crumb tray and use it as a tray to bake your pizza, it becomes a perfect pizza oven because the heating element is so close to the bottom. It's going to be perfect for our pizza. So another advantage is that the preheating time is only 3 minutes. So in the past, what I used to do is I had to put a oven stone into the convection oven and wait for 1 hour. So this oven comes with a digital display, you can see, and it's got 9 preset functions. So you can do your toast, you can do your broiling, you can bake, you can roast. So all the temperatures are preset for you, but you can still adjust it, both the temperature and also the time. Okay, so we're gonna do a thin and crispy Japanese okonomiyaki pizza. So what we need is bacon. We need some shredded cabbage. For the sauce, we need okonomiyaki sauce, of course. Japanese mayonnaise, and we're gonna top it with bonito flakes. This is the crumb tray that I told you about earlier. So this is the maximum size that we make our pizza. Alright, so I've got a piece of baking paper ready. So we're gonna start with rolling out our pizza. This is the dough that has been resting for 45 minutes now. It's not very risen. We're not baking bread. So the resting is basically to allow the gluten to relax. You're gonna just flour our board and got a flour, put a bit of flour over the top of the pizza, the dough. All right. So the secret to the thin crust pizza is you got to get it really thin. So you get a rolling pin and you got to roll it until it's really, really thin enough for you to actually see through. Now, as you roll out the pizza dough, it will tend to shrink back again, so you got to take your time and be gentle with it. All right. So sometimes you find that if your dough is a little bit too strong, you might just let it rest for a few minutes. Okay. Dough is like a hot-tempered friend. Sometimes you just have to be gentle and take your time. You see, the whole trick to this dough is you want it so thin as you can. So now we're going to transfer the pizza dough to the baking sheet. Okay, as you can see, the dough is too big for the sheet, but that's what we want. Because these edges, you can never get it thin. If you're trying to roll it all the way, it's very uneven. Get it as thin as you can, right up to the edge. Okay, and then we'll trim the sides like that. Okay, don't worry, that's not going to go to waste because you can make your next pizza. All this we're going to ball up again and use the next pizza. So what we've end up with is a nice, really thin crust. That part is the most difficult. This part is the most interesting. All right. So we're going to use our okonomiyaki sauce. Okay, you don't want it too thick, right? You just have enough to cover the base. So the mayonnaise, and then we just basically spread it evenly. If you can't get hold of okonomiyaki sauce, you can easily use barbecue sauce. That will work too. You can even use tomato sauce if you want. All right, so that's our base. We're gonna top it with some cabbage. If your kids don't eat vegetables, they'll eat this, guarantee. Like a lot of cabbage, but the cabbage will shrink when you cook it. So it looks like a lot, but later on you'll see that it's all flat. We put in our bacon. If you have eaten okonomiyaki in Japan, you know that aside from pork, you also put squid, you can have prawns, you can have all sorts of things on okonomiyaki. It's very versatile. So that's done. Pizza's ready to go. We take our crumb tray out. Basically just lay it over the crumb tray. Okay. And turn on the oven. Put it at 12 minutes. Keep your eye on the pizza itself and take it out when the crust is golden brown. Okay, just halfway through the baking process, we're just gonna turn it around. Okay, do a 180-degree turn. Okay, I think it's ready. Ooh, beautiful. Look at that. Listen to that crisp. Can you hear the crisp? Oh yes. I call it my okonomiyakiza. I hope you can hear that. Oh, it's so good. So as you can see, there's so many things you can do with this thin and crispy pizza crust, made easily in a KitchenAid countertop oven. Until next time, happy cooking.